G'day folks, well welcome to part 2 of the Samsung multifunction copier autopsy. This time it's just going to be lots of removing screws and pulling things to bits, because there are a lot of screws to undo in this one. Starting with the scanner of course, which is somewhat upside down. Seems to have stiffening bars across the underside because, well, it's all plastic and metal's the best for stiffening things up. So we've got to compromise somewhere. Yep. Now you'll have snap hooks. Not much to that one, just the glass piece. We'll find a way to pop that one day. We'll shoot it with something. Some of those scanner glasses can be very tough. Sometimes they're just regular plate glass, but sometimes they're fully toughened and they take a lot of force to break. Okay, so that's the scanner. Normal, I guess you'd say it's a large flatbed scanner. That's about all. There's really not much else to it. It's got a CCD optical pickup, a cold cathode fluorescent lamp, and a basic stepping motor drive through a timing belt, a very small timing belt. Again, flatbed scanners can be cool because you can make nice little portable lights with those CFLs. I'm not being particularly gentle with this thing, it's just plastic junk. Guide rod, definitely worth keeping. You can whack things with them or machine it, turn it into pins if you've got a lathe, like I do. It's always worth having if you've got a lathe around, collect all the rods and bearings and bushings and things from old copiers because they come in handy. Stepping motor and timing belt, also in the keep pile. That is the optical pickup, it's the back of the CCD module. Open up, since it's of no practical use to me, it doesn't matter if I open it up. You'll find these in a flatbed scanner anyway. This one might be slightly higher resolution, but I doubt it. At the end of the day, a digital photocopy is usually just a big glorified flatbed scanner with a laser printer attached to the bottom of it. That's all they really are. They don't have actual optics to transfer the image to the drum, not like the old analog copiers. That's all you find inside it, is a CCD pickup. Pretty cool stuff though. You can see right through it, and that strip is the actual semiconductor that turns the light that hits it into, well, an image. And it does that through means of lenses and mirrors, because there's a primary mirror down in there, I think. Yeah, but light shines off the CFL up to the original document, and the reflected image goes down through there, gets refracted through a lens. There'll be a lens inside there, down to this mirror which is only about 2 inches long, and then back through to that lens in there, and that just projects it through the slit onto the optical pickup. Pretty neat. Where's the screwdriver? Yeah, as you can see, there's the slit for the image reflection to go straight through. Hits that mirror, bounces off, hits that mirror there, it comes back through. But the mirrors obviously must be, since there's no lenses, the mirrors must be sort of twisted in such a way that it refracts, or I suppose you'd saw it. How did it do it? Like, there doesn't appear to be any obvious lenses, but the mirrors themselves must be deflecting in such a way that they reduce the beam of light so they can fit through that slit. If those mirrors were completely straight, a lot of the reflected light would come back and just hit these parts of the casing, and you'd lose half your image. So with doing it without actual ground glass lenses, these mirrors must be bowed in such a way that it creates a much smaller beam of light. It's kind of interesting. I never really got into optics much, but I sort of understand how photocopier optics work. You've got to understand it to fix the damn things. But yeah, it's a little CFL lamp. Assuming I haven't broken it pulling it to bits. World's smallest timing belts. They're not really that handy, they're pretty weak. I'll keep that one. Somebody might want that. And again, the rest of that's just the input connector, or sorry, the connector to the main body of the machine. No, sorry, that's connector for the auto document feeder. That's the connector to the body of the machine. And that's the scanner ribbon. That connector goes to the control panel that I dismantled in the last video. So there's really not much else. It's just a ferrite bead in there for noise suppression. Anyway, let's get into the rest of it. IAC socket, mains input socket. Well, one of the ground wires. Yeah, IEC socket. You find them on every computer around the world pretty much. It's one thing that stays the same. Our mains leads might be different from one country to another, but these IEC sockets are all over the place. We looked at this board in a previous video. That's digital control for the machine as well as image processing, and there was a modem card up on the top there. Okay, that was the cause of the paper jam too, I think. Yeah, some of these things are missing and the paper's coming up and hitting those little stubs and jamming up, balling up, because it's all cooked. It's just ABS plastic, and you can see the amount of heat that's gone through it from the fuser. Yep, it's just turned to crap. Fantastic plastic. They should at least make it out of Pt or something like that, like this stuff. That stuff's resistant to a lot of heat. But nope, they make it out of rubbish. ABS is good for certain things, but it's not good for that kind of heat. This is the fun part. Everything's tied in together. Paper tray out. Not much there. There's a couple of big coil springs underneath the tray. That's about all. Not much under it either. Stiffening rail and paper pickup rollers and paper level sensor. Not much else. There we go. That's what I wanted to get out. Power supply. Still not going to come off. Pretty standard switch mode power supply with the addition of transformers and things for corona charge and transfer charge. That goes to the fuser, braided in fiberglass, silicon coated fiberglass, so it's extreme high temperature wire for the fusing unit. So 12 volt, 5 volt and 24 volt for the control board. Yep, that goes up to control, drive the stepper motors and the control panel and everything. They're high tension connectors for the corona and discharge, deact wires, transfer wires. There's a PC speaker for the control panel to communicate with you, or at least just beep incessantly at you. Yeah, fairly standard power supply. Very small, it's uselessly small for me. I got some big old photocopier ones, like the big heavy duty Minolta ones, and they put out a lot of amps. This thing here, I doubt its output's very good. Sun Korea, Sun Electronics, okay. Doesn't say what its outputs are. No. Oh well. Not so important. Laser. Everything's better with lasers. How well sealed are you? No, not very well. Snap hooks again. A lot of people ask me, why don't you wear gloves and things? Well, it's because you can't do shit like this. Even with cotton gloves do bugger all to protect against cuts, and if you want to protect against cuts you need riggers gloves and things like that. And you ain't going to be able to dismantle fine machinery with something like that on. So you just harden up. Mind you, working with stainless steel and stuff all day in my day job, your hands just turn to leather anyway. It's pretty hard for me to get cuts. Even this razor sharp Pt2 plastic just does nothing. I'm pretty sure it is. Oh no, it's polycarbonate and glass fibre. Still very hard stuff. So there's the laser, or sorry, that's the scanner. That's the laser diode in there. 3 little pins. There's a refraction mirror or something. That probably flattens the beam out so that it hits these rotating mirror surfaces, which rotate very fast, and it scans the beam through these little lenses. There's probably a more detailed description on how these things work. I've never been much into the actual laser side of it. They're pretty cool though. They're worth hanging on to. Well, sort of, if you've got any use for them. I mean, I'm probably not going to hang on to it, but someone else can if they want. Just don't expect me to ship it in any reasonable amount of time. It's something I don't have time for. Anyway, that's most of it. The video's getting kind of long, so I think we'll break it up into a third part and finish the rest of this off. The rest of it's just the transfer and fusing unit and the main paper drive gearbox. Anyway, thanks for watching.